There's a particular moment most people over 70 can describe exactly. You've been sitting for an hour, maybe watching television or reading, and when you finally stand up, your legs feel like they belong to someone else. Heavy, slightly swollen at the ankles, tired before you've done anything, and somewhere along the way you accepted that. That's just how it is now. But here's what almost nobody explains at the checkup. That specific feeling, that afternoon heaviness, that ankles by evening swelling, in a large proportion of cases, it isn't age doing that, it's your calf muscles. More precisely, it's the fact that they've been quietly undertreated, underused in a very specific way, and the result is that your circulatory system has lost one of its most important pumps. Not permanently, just waiting. Think of your calf muscles as a second heart. That's not a metaphor I'm inventing, it's how circulatory physiologists actually describe them. Every time those muscles contract and release, they physically squeeze the veins inside them, pushing blood upward against gravity back toward the chest. When you're young and active, this happens constantly, almost without thinking. But when sitting becomes a larger part of your day, since which for most people it does as they get older, that pumping action slows dramatically. Blood begins to pool in the lower legs. The vessels dilate slightly to accommodate the pressure. And what you feel is exactly what you'd expect. Heaviness, fullness, fatigue that seems to start from the floor up. Now here's why that actually matters. Researchers published findings in the Journal of Applied Physiology following older adults, average age 73, through 6 weeks of targeted lower leg movement. Not intense training, not long walks, just focused, deliberate activation of this specific muscle group, performed consistently. Venous return, meaning how efficiently blood flows back up from the legs, improved measurably within that window. 6 weeks. That's the timeline we're working with. So what we're going to do today is go through 5 exercises, starting at number 5 and working toward number 1, which I want you to think of as the most complete, most functional movement of the whole sequence. Each one builds on the last. Each one is teaching your body a slightly more demanding version of the same fundamental signal. Contract, release, pump, support. We'll start seated and gentle, and by the end you'll be working with your full body weight, which is exactly how the circulatory system was designed to be loaded. Exercise 5 is seated calf raises. You're sitting upright in a sturdy chair, feet flat on the floor, hip width apart. From there, you're simply lifting your heels, pressing through the balls of your feet, letting the calf muscles fully contract at the top, then lowering slowly back down. That slow lowering matters. The eccentric phase, the controlled descent, is where a significant portion of the muscular engagement actually happens, and most people rush past it. Aim for 2 to 3 seconds on the way down. What you should feel is a clear tightening through the back of the lower leg, and perhaps a very mild sensation of warmth as circulation increases. A study from the Cleveland Clinic's vascular division noted that even passive flexion and extension of the ankle joint in sedentary older adults produced measurable increases in venous flow velocity. Now, if you've made it this far and you're already noticing your lower legs feel slightly different, slightly more awake, hit subscribe, because this is exactly the kind of physiological explanation we go through every single week. Real mechanisms, real research, real movements that your body can actually use. We don't do generic fitness content here, we do this. Exercise 3 brings you to standing, and this is where the weight bearing begins. Standing heel-to-toe weight shifts. You're standing behind a sturdy chair with your hands resting lightly on the back for balance, and you're shifting your weight slowly forward onto the balls of your feet, then back onto your heels in a controlled, rhythmic motion. What this does, and here's why it's different from just standing, is alternately load and unload the anterior and posterior compartments of the lower leg, creating a rhythmic compression through the muscle tissue that directly mimics the pumping action of walking. The Mayo Clinic notes that this type of low-intensity rhythmic lower limb movement is particularly effective for individuals who experience significant leg swelling during the day, precisely because it recreates the venous pump function without requiring sustained ambulation. If balance is a concern, keep more weight through your hands. The movement is the medicine, not the balance challenge. We're not here to test anything today. Exercise 2 is a standing calf raise with pause, and this is where the explanation from exercise 5 pays off. You're in the same position at the chair back. You rise up onto the balls of your feet exactly as before, but now at the top of the movement you hold for 2 full seconds before lowering. That pause is not incidental. At the peak of contraction, the venous compression is at its maximum. You are, in that moment, doing the most work your calf pump can do. Researchers at the NIH's National Institute on Aging have highlighted isometric components within otherwise dynamic exercises as particularly valuable for venous return in older populations, because the sustained muscular tension maintains pressure on the veins for longer than a quick contraction and release. You should feel a clear, strong engagement through the calf and, if you pay attention, a subtle sense of the circulation working. Some people describe a faint warmth moving upward, and this is what I want you to carry forward from today. Not a list of movements, but a piece of genuine understanding about your own body. The heaviness in your legs isn't a verdict, it's a signal that the calf pump has been underloaded, that the ankle joint hasn't been moving through its range, that the venous system is waiting for exactly the kind of rhythmic, deliberate input you've just given it. Researchers don't talk about a magic threshold. They talk about consistency, 2 to 3 weeks of regular practice, before the changes become noticeable in daily life. 6 weeks before they become measurable. That is not a long time. Independence isn't dramatic. It's standing up from the chair without dreading it. It's walking to the kitchen without the first few steps feeling like wading through sand. It's sitting through dinner with your family and not spending the whole time aware of your ankles. These exercises don't promise everything. They address one specific, real, physiological mechanism. But that mechanism is at the center of how your legs feel every single day. Aging doesn't mean giving up control. It means choosing the movements that meet your body where it is, today, tomorrow, and 6 weeks from now, when you notice the difference. If this video helped you understand something about your legs that you did not know before, hit the like button. It helps this video reach other people who need it. And if someone you care about has been complaining that their legs feel weaker, send them this video. It might be the most useful minutes of their week. If you have not subscribed yet, come join us. New practical health guides every week. Take care of those legs. You are going to need them for a long time. I will see you in the next.